How are you all this evening? Good? All right, this is like, all right, we have to do a lot of this. We should have asked for swivel chairs.
Ooh.
All right, you take them. I'll go over here. Steve. My name is Andrew Jupin.
I'm Eric Siska.
Steven Sadak.
And we are We Hate Movies from New York City. Thank you for welcoming us, Chicago. This is our third time in your fine town, and we're happy to be back. Now, this evening, we're talking about a film called Predator 2. Has anyone seen Predator 2?
Great movie. Want to get that out in front?
Okay, all right.
I like it. I like it.
I've heard it's okay to like a movie. I've heard you say that once.
Turns out someone says that every now and again. Now, this is from the magical year of 1990.
But the secret 1997? It's
Right.
like it's a fake alternate 1997.
That's my first question about this. Why the future?
I think Time Cop fucked up.
oh
happened?
no!
You think this is Time Cop's fault?
I think it's in the Time Cop-averse.
When Ron Silver merges into himself, this is the ramification.
Right.
It's
Wait,
an
but
alternate
so-
future where Predator's around.
But so wait a second.
He's just
Does
around.
Predator 1 exist in the world of Time Cop?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to follow your logic thread.
Well, look, in
I didn't
Time
come up
Cop,
with it.
There's a crazy government program for time travel, and in Predator, there's a crazy predator hunting program. So I don't know.
I was
That's
talking
a
about
lot
like
of government-
secret government
Yeah.
swaps.
Exactly.
Now, this movie, it's directed by a guy named Stephen Hopkins. I wanted to bring this up because he's directed a lot of bad movies. Under Suspicion,
Mhm.
which is one of the worst Morgan Freeman movies you'll ever get in your life.
Bucket list, right?
I said one of the worst
Okay,
Morgan
I
Freeman
just want
movies.
to,
One of the worst Morgan Freeman / Gene Hackman movies you'll ever get in your life.
It's my new New Year's resolution is to make fun of bucket list every day.
Is it your New Year's resolution from like 6 years ago?
365 days of bucket list jokes. So
Well, I'll look out for those. Lost in Space. Blown Away, which is a We Love movie situation. The Ghost in the Darkness, where Val Kilmer hunts a lion with Michael Douglas.
that's
Yeah.
a movie that would be better if they turned into lions at the end. Like that would be like the twist. It's like, oh shit, they were lions the whole time.
Werecats.
Yeah. Oh, werecats. I love werecats.
It's like the Ghost in the Darkness Island of Dr. Moreau crossover
yes.
movie.
Yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street 5, who cares? And then, as recently as this year, the Jesse Owens movie Race, which I didn't know if you know this, but that title means two things. Right?
Oh.
Because he's running, and he's a black guy. So So anyway, so Predator 2, this has one of the most, like, remember the first movie shots? Like, the first shot, it's like jungle, and you're like, oh, I remember the jungle, Dutch and the jungle. And then it's like the helicopter comes over. Nope, the jungle of Los Angeles.
Oh, asphalt jungle.
Right, because that's what you got to do, right? To step up the sequel, you got to set it in the big city.
It's kind of. I was hoping that Schwarzenegger would be in this. I had never saw this movie like growing up or anything. I just saw it for the show, and like, why can't like it just be like Arnold on vacation and Predator again?
I can't believe I got out of the jungle alive. Now it's time to go to Club Med.
Another predator.
Oh, it's my daughter's wedding day. I hope nothing spoils it. Oh no, a predator. You look so beautiful, Elizabeth. Oh no, the predator.
If it was still Los Angeles, though, you could rip off Die Hard. Oh, come to the coast, have a few laps.
No one told me to be a fucking predator here again.
Now, not only is this the future, it's also like dystopian. Like LA is a war zone. It turns out that's a bad problem too.
Yeah, everybody's got like Judge Dredd guns for some reason.
It's like a block war.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
this is also in the Dreadiverse.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whoa! Now you're starting to blow my mind.
Right?
There's a lot of stuff crossing
Time
up.
Cop really fucked up.
He really should have checked himself.
Hashtag thanks Ron Silver. So we're introduced to Danny Glover in this movie. And we find out that Danny Glover, I think, is the best cop in the history of Los Angeles Police Department.
Or the worst, depending on who you ask. You know, because
Yeah.
he's a bad dude. He's rude and he's got an attitude.
But he gets the job done, though, is the thing.
Yeah, that's the ironic
So none
part.
of the other stuff matters. It's the job done.
They go through his thing. It's like, oh, he's got OCD, a history of excessive violence, and he's personally destroyed 11 cars.
You're hired.
Is it a thing where like he's just a bad driver? Or...
Yeah, what did they give the context for destroying 11 cars?
Is that just a fender bender? Maybe?
Was it one accident? That's the thing, like
wow,
a freeway
yeah.
pileup.
I don't believe in turn signals. Or something to that effect.
But this is my question, though. It's like, why isn't the Predator good enough for us, right? Why is it also this dystopian future where gang warfare runs supreme?
Well, that's the thing. There's two movies. The first movie is like this weird gang thing that just kind of fizzles out when everybody dies by like minute 49. And then
that's how you win the war on drugs.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, get a Predator in there. He'll fix it right up.
That's why I think the Predator's kind of like the unsung hero of this movie. Because he wipes out the Colombian drug gang and the Jamaican voodoo gang.
Yeah. Thank you for for talking along with that one, because we all felt uncomfortable saying it.
Apparently the voodoo gang's about to seize the West Coast.
The entire coast, the whole thing.
That's a lot to lose.
I thought you had something.
No, I almost.
Are you just hungry or just eating the microphone?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite things in the movie. So it's like the world is crumbling around us, but the newscasters are still out in the streets. These are the real heroes, including the one woman who has the realization on the air, "Oh, fuck it," and runs away. This lady's got the right idea. Run away from Predator 2.
But Morton Downey Jr. runs towards the action because he's a hero.
Yeah, you guys remember Pope. Morton Downey Jr., right?
Yeah.
Anybody 60 in the audience?
He was like Jerry Springer, but worse.
Well, he's got his show, Hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore. It's like Hard Copy, but even worse.
And I think he's running a series on the Predator. Is that what's going on?
Oh, he followed it from South America?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that could be. Also, how is he not chain smoking? That was his whole gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
I think he just loved smoking. He was smoking on that talk show.
He's acting, though, now. So this character does.
So he's not actually Morton Downey Jr.
No.
He's Tony Pope.
Tony Pope.
That's the name
That's
of the
his
character.
name?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
That's a Catholic name, Anthony Pope.
Yeah.
Sure
End
is.
of sentence.
So Danny Glover basically saves the day with this drug war, gang war situation.
By destroying a car.
By destroying another car.
Yeah.
That makes a dozen. I think the next one's free. But the Predator takes out this gang in the hideout, and like Predator's like impressed with Danny Glover's performance. Like we go back to Predator Cam because we're all waiting for that again, Predator Vision. And he's just like, Danny Glover's really taking out these guys. That is a formidable opponent for me to take on later in the movie.
Well, yeah, because in the first movie, he's just hunting down this group of special ops agents and, like, eventually has a rivalry with Arnold Schwarzenegger just by necessity. In this one, he's kind of in love with Danny Glover. Like, he's just kind of got a crush on him, like a killing crush. Like, that's pretty good killing. I'm a good-looking predator, you know? Like, I kill people. That guy's in pretty good shape. He's good at killing people.
I just don't know what the motivation is here, because in the jungle, you get it because he's got to survive and he takes out the team.
Sure.
This is like, why are you centering in on this one situation? Why is he taking out the cops? Maybe the Predators want to have their own gang taking over.
Oh,
wow, yeah.
That's something they don't really elaborate on. Maybe that was the situation.
They're just trying to take over the H trade in this movie? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think they're trying to hustle in on that sweet Mexican brown. That's the idea.
Well, spaceships are good to smuggle, right? And they got cloaking abilities.
Yeah,
and stuff.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They would actually make the best drug dealers.
Right.
They just put their little cloak on, right?
That's what Han Solo did.
Was he? Oh,
he was
right.
a famous drug runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Spice.
Yeah, Spice. Yeah. Yeah, I love that in the Star Wars universe. Apparently, it's like still Christopher Columbus times. Like you have to move spice around.
Right. That's how they found Tatooine. They were trying to go somewhere else. They were trying to go to Tatooine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, big mistake. So here's my question, and I don't know if we ever have an answer to it, but what is with the Predator stripping his kills nude and just leaving them for people?
It's fucking humiliating.
No, it's like when you kill a mammal, like a deer or whatnot, you take its pelts.
Yeah.
He does that. Sometimes it's clothes. Sometimes it's skin.
He's just taking a bunch of Gap sweaters?
I think if you die clothed, he just takes your clothes. But if you die naked, which some people do, he takes your skin.
Some people in the movie mean some people in general just die nude.
Well, both.
Both, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand like how he has time to string this guy up. It seems really inefficient. Like, cause he's like running away from Danny Glover, but he's like, but I gotta fucking string this guy up. You know what I mean? Like he just needs to leave his calling card.
Well, that's when you commit to a calling card.
Yeah.
You got to commit 100%, or else it's not a calling card. Then you're leaving confusion among the trail, right? Like, if you're hanging nude men from the ceiling every time you're killing them, it's like, this one is still the predator.
So he's got an MO, so he's like technically a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
an alien serial killer.
He's like an 8-foot Ted Bundy.
Yeah, he is huge.
He is really big.
Yeah.
Played by the same dude from Predator 1.
Right.
And wasn't this also the dude from Harry and the Hendersons?
Oh, I think it might be. I think it might be.
Yeah, someone said, yeah, that confirms it.
We're going to be crowdsourcing a lot.
Yeah, from back there.
Man, imagine if Harry was stringing people up.
Oh, then John Lithgow really wouldn't have had a problem saying goodbye to him.
He was like the weak point on the Bigfoot was his nose, and just slapping him with that newspaper is what you defeat him. It's like how sharks get dolphins.
Go on, Predator. We don't need you here. Opposite. He's just like trying to get him to go. Like, go on, Predator. Go back in the woods.
Sure.
So Danny Glover thinks that there's just some sort of other gang in town. Like there's a new person trying to move in on what's going on.
But he sees the like invisible predator and he's like, what the fuck? In the first scene.
Yeah, but listen, he's a guy who needs definitive concrete evidence.
Yeah, that's fair. He's a detective.
He's not immediately jumping to aliens.
Speaking of aliens, Gary Busey's in this movie, right? That's
He sure is. He's playing Keys, who's like this secret government guy who's got a team of his own. Complete with Adam Baldwin.
Internet toilet Adam Baldwin's in this movie.
And Gary Busey gets right in, and it's like a jurisdiction thing.
Yeah.
And it's all like, you're going to get out of here, Danny Glover. We're stepping in right now and taking over this operation.
Apparently he works for the DEA.
That's a cover, though, I think.
Yeah, it's Drug Enforcement and Aliens. It's not
They
agency.
switch that over?
Yeah, it's like the ATF. There's an and in there.
Oh, great, now I got to deal with aliens, too. It's bad enough I got to enforce drugs in this post-apocalyptic world.
Well, maybe it's all intersecting right now. It's like the perfect storm.
Actually, you're totally right. He's seen this coming, right? Yeah. I've been saying it for years.
Change that agency to alien.
Well, I guess like, yeah, if Mulder and Scully also had to deal with drugs, that'd be a lot really difficult, right?
It would be a lot really difficult.
Really...
Good night, everybody.
So the power struggle begins, and it's Keys, and he comes in, he's like, now it's my Keys party.
He's part of a secret government organization, fine.
Yeah.
All of his guys have symbols on their shirts. So like when you have a secret shadow government organization, you definitely want a cool logo. You want to let people know who are in the know that that's cool.
It's because he likes saying to people when they're like, hey, what's on your jacket? He's like, I don't know.
well,
wouldn't you like to know?
His whole fucking thing, the first half of the movie, he's like, you have no idea what you're dealing with. Like no matter what Danny Glover's doing, you just don't know what you're dealing with. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
But he should know, like, he's got the file on this guy, and the chief, who's like a C-grade Kurt Russell. And this guy is like, Danny Glover, you got to back off. Now, we know your rage problems and your multiple car accidents, but you got to back off because it's Keys party time, right? And Danny Glover's like, I thought that meant something else. But you should know that he's not going to back down. He's got his team of Maria Conchita Alonso.
Yep.
Bill Paxton's in this movie.
A young, scrappy Bill Paxton. Everyone's calling him kid, and he's 39 years old. And it's like, okay, he's not mildly younger than Danny Glover, but you just can't call me kid.
Well, maybe it's like he's got less experience on the force,
sure,
thing, so it's still like a rookie, kind of just like just like breaking his balls, kind of a thing.
Possibly.
And then Rubén Blades is the other team making up this Danny Glover super team.
Yeah, Rubén Blades playing dead meat in this film. He's dead. He's got like a necklace, and you're like, that's going to be used.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at this bloody necklace hanging from a ceiling soon enough.
And this is one of the first predator tricks of people, like his hunting prowess.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like bird calls.
Yeah.
Where you mimic the voice of people.
Mm-hmm.
and I guess he records them or something.
Yeah, but
Well, is he mimicking like with his like body? Is that like an alien thing or is it like a gadget thing?
I don't know. It might be a gadget. It's probably a gadget.
It's
this
too-
guy loves gadgets.
He
does
does.
love gadgets.
But it's also like he only likes dirty words. Like that's he likes the swear ones the best for some reason.
But when he takes out Rubén Blades here, he repeats Danny Boy.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
right.
Yeah,
Because
so-
somebody calls him Danny Boy.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, that's right. He uses it to lure him in.
Exactly.
And then he goes in for the kill with his like shredder wrist knife thing that he's got.
Well, because the predator breaks up a drug murder in the middle of a gratuitous sex scene.
oh yeah,
this
we
is-
get to some fucking in this movie.
This is
out of there's no fucking in Predator 1.
No.
But Predator 2, you better believe there's fucking.
It's like fucking on the set of Blade Runner. This,
Although I think that Bill Duke and Jesse Ventura were fucking each other in that movie. 'Cause
Oh,
they're all
sure.
like, they're so in love in that first film.
yeah, there's
Hey,
like
Bill, let's take off to the side over here for a quick second. I know we're really scared about the Predator, but we might have one more night left. Hey, is it cold in this jungle, or is that just me? There might be slash fic about that.
I hope so.
We should check the internet later.
I don't need to because it does exist.
yeah, we just made it.
We could have gone farther with it, though.
Yeah, but that would have been gross. But yeah, so the Predator, this sex scene gets interrupted by the Jamaican voodoo gang.
Sure. And
Now-
I think that is the guy's name not like Big Willie or
It's,
something?
King Willie.
King
Willie.
Willie.
He
King
was
Willie's voodoo gang?
He was Big Willie, but then he won, so now he's King Willie.
Oh, well, if you're going to take over the coast, presumably you should be a king.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once you get to Washington State, you're the king.
You
got
take the
whole-
entire thing, like
Yeah.
from Mexico. Is Canada safe in this situation? Question mark.
I don't know. I would like to see Predator go up against some Canadians.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? That's a completely different movie.
Ice Predator. Oh, I guess we get that in AVP.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Oh,
You're-
yeah. He's in Antarctica or whatever.
Is he still wearing a fishnet in that, or is he like at least wearing a sweater, a reasonable sweater?
Why would the Predator need a sweater?
Because he's cold. He's walking around in a fishnet. He armors his face and he's hiding it like, I don't know, like there's Skeet Ulrich under there. Like what's the what's the big to do about the mask?
I would love if a Predator had like a reveal and it was Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard,
The whole
and then it's
time.
just the Scream parlor scene. Well, Predator 3 took an odd twist. So Predator murders this entire drug gang.
Yeah.
And it's like a bunch of, and here's the thing. We have to see this lady just, like having sex and totally naked. Now, Predator's hanging these naked dudes from the ceiling, right?
Mhm.
How is there not one dick in this movie? I just want one. Just one.
There wasn't a dick?
No, 0 dicks in this movie.
I-
Aside from Gary Busey's character. And Danny Glover's kind of a dick too.
Yeah,
but no
yeah,
like penises in this movie.
But Predator's upped his game. He's got a Xena Batarang thing that he's using this time. He's got a super net, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I like the super net. The one that cuts.
Batarang thing is awesome.
Yeah.
It's like that thing in Crawl, like that starfish they toss.
Oh, do you
around.
think he killed Krull and took it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He went
definitely.
to Crawl times.
He's predatoring everybody. He could predator Krull.
And I get
I would pay for that.
I get that it's like a sequel, so it's like bigger and badder, but presumably these are just the same dudes.
Yeah,
The same predators, right?
Mhm.
Why doesn't that first Predator have all this other cool technology?
it's a money issue. He didn't have enough
Oh,
cash.
he was on like a lesser ship. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that?
exactly.
He didn't have enough XP points, maybe.
It's all like comes down to Predator economics.
So like this whole room is just skinned naked guys hanging from the ceiling, and like the drug lord is dead, and Danny Glover's team is walking around still thinking this is just your average old drug gang
Yeah.
murders.
People are cut in half. It's like, these drug gangs are getting out of control.
And at this point, I would be like, you know what, sir? Maybe we should think, I don't know, intergalactic monster?
Yeah.
Maybe just like as a back idea, like back of our head,
Yep.
we still may think it's just another game in town, but also maybe aliens or monsters, a werewolf.
Possibly. The CSI would figure out that the murderer would have to be 8.5 feet tall. They're like, all right, it's either George Mirasan or an alien.
Was not me.
He dead?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Hey, good. So then Rubén Blades, like, basically Gary Busey's like, get the fuck out of here. You don't know what you're dealing with. And he's like, yeah, I know. And Rubén Blades sneaks back in and like grabs like the Predator's, I don't know, fishing hook or something. Like what?
Yeah, he's left some sort of little
Right,
thing
yeah.
stuck in a wall.
And he kills that tiny man pretty quickly. But it's off screen. All of the major characters who die on this, it's all like, no, and we cut, and it's like, I want to see that guy get murdered.
Yeah, I want to see Rubén Blades like get carved up and his skin pulled off.
Yeah,
Like,
or something.
if this movie got this initial NC-17 rating, which it did, like show me that shit on a home video cut.
I think it was just because Gary Busey did like some raunchy stand-up comedy. It's like the whole movie, it happens, and then the NC-17 cut is just Gary Busey in front of a brick wall telling really off-color jokes. And it's like, NC-17, wow, this is really something.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet.
Smoking cigarette.
Guess what happened next?
So after this, we get a great cemetery scene. I love this scene where there's little kids at a cemetery.
Is he mourning?
His parents are like mourning, and they're like, "You stay in the car, goddammit."
You're not going to get out and say goodbye to Grandma. You stay in the station wagon.
Yeah, and the kid immediately runs outside, eating his candy, playing with his toy gun, and who comes along but a predator? You know? I heard about that on TV.
In this instance, it does work twofold, though, because the kid's like, want some candy? And Predator feels the need to record that.
Yeah.
And he's like, want some candy? So it's just like this 8-foot creep in a cemetery talking to kids about candy.
Yeah, and the kid's kind of like freaked out about that. You know?
Yeah.
So he runs away, and he was still invisible in this thing. And
Of course
he's
he
like,
is.
Mom, I saw a ghost.
Yeah.
Grandpa's ghost offered me candy.
So I got to thinking, what if all ghosts were really predators?
Oh.
Late at night, there's a predator in your room. Might be.
Look under your bed. There might be a
Shared
predator.
cinematic universe, Patrick Swayze's running around.
Yeah.
Predatoring people, as it were.
Now I'm thinking of Predator and Demi Moore like making a vase. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be really sensual.
Yeah.
She's
You're
touching.
dead, Willie. I don't know why he's got esophageal cancer, but that's what this is. It's Predator's voice box.
So, I mean, like, basically, the first half of this movie is like, oh my God, drug gangs or Predator, and guess what? It happened to be the Predator the whole time.
But at least it's not like you're waiting to find out. Like, it's Predator.
Well, that's the thing, though. This movie does the annoying sequel thing where you have to relearn everything again. Like, I know what the Predator is. Let's not have him be invisible. I just want him doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
the only people buying a ticket to Predator 2 are people who saw Predator 1. No one's like, oh, Mother, Predator 2, that sounds fun. Why don't we check that out on a Sunday afternoon? What? Well, thank God they explained all that to us. I would have been lost. Mother, it's the last time you picked.
Terms of Endearment or Predator 2? Which are we going to see?
Were they in the theaters at the same time?
I just made that up. Probably not.
Probably
You know,
not.
maybe Bridges of Madison.
Oh, yeah.
That was like 94, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Clint
I
Eastwood
get the
should have
joke,
fought a
though.
Predator at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Get off my planet.
You say a
He'd
lot.
find some way to make a Predator slur up.
Oh, he would
He'd
if
figure
anyone
that out.
could. Yeah, exactly.
Why did you call me? That's offensive now.
We know. Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's also Clint Eastwood's known to talk to invisible people.
That's all. Yeah. Oh my God! Was a Predator in that chair the whole time?
Yes.
Oh,
The Predator
wow.
would be at the Republican National Convention. That's exactly where the Predator would be.
I'm playing Barack Obama in my invisible way, or something.
Blah, blah, taxes. Blah, blah, healthcare. Good one, Predator.
Ted Cruz is courting the Predator vote. I think.
Yeah.
It's just-
We do learn in
he's
this.
a Zodiac killer.
He is.
Yeah.
We do learn that the Predator is pro-life.
The Predator is pro-life, and it kind of doesn't make sense because it's just a murderous monster. So Danny Glover's like, all right, we have to go to a slaughterhouse, and it's something the Predator likes to eat beef a lot. Let's just smooth right over it.
I need that scene. I need him chowing like after a big hunt. Be like, oh, I'm so fucking starving, and like just.
But why is it beef? Why is he not eating the people he's skinning and hanging up?
The movie's not called Cannibal.
Well, no, that we wouldn't be a cannibal.
Oh, that's true. He would
Eating
just be
other predators, which you don't see.
Well, he's
I
more,
would like to see him eat another predator.
It would be like eating a lobster, right? You ever look at a lobster's face?
Yeah.
It's like a predator's face.
Predators sound delicious.
You just listen. You get a big old pot,
Yeah.
put the predator in live, in boiling water.
When he's red.
You wait till he turns
perfect.
red, and then just melt some butter. That's good eating.
Then you have like a nice neon sauce to go with it. You use his blood like as a base. I'd love to eat neon glowing stuff.
Does he have neon blood in the first movie?
Yeah, that's his thing.
All right.
That's,
Oh, well, all right.
You're gonna run off.
I believe you.
But yeah, so it's great. Danny Glover's like, all right, because Bill Paxton and Maria Rubén Blades is dead, so it's just Bill Paxton and Maria Conchita Alonso, and he's like,
From The Running Man, by the way.
he's like, I have to go, and I have to go mourn my good friend. I'm gonna pick you guys up from the train station. So go jump on a train. I'm like, hey boss, can I take a cab or what? Like, why do I have to take the subway in LA? That sucks.
You're police officers. Take the company car.
Danny Glover destroyed them all.
Oh.
That's true.
I wiped out the whole fleet. You gotta take the train.
Every cop has taken the subway.
Fucking LA subway, by the way. No thanks.
It's it's a RoboCop subway. You know what that is, right? No, but it's just like everyone's like a super criminal on the subway,
Right.
obviously.
Splatterpunks.
Yes, you got your
Yeah.
splatterpunk.
Well, it's a real Bernie Getz moment.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, it's a dude just like sitting there, and some punks are messing with him, and the guy pulls out this huge like Joker gun, like, get the fuck out of my face. And then the whole train, everybody's got guns.
Yeah, well, I think it's like the idea is like the predator won't kill people without guns. So if everyone has guns, that ups the body count? Question mark.
Do you have to be armed to be murdered by a predator?
He doesn't. Yeah, he likes a fair fight.
Yeah.
Well, you've got this little like cricket pistol, and I've got everything about me. Fair fight.
Yeah, it's not a fair fight if you bleed neon and I don't. You've got an advantage.
Is that blood acidic?
No, it's just kind of cool looking.
It is cool. You know what? It is cool looking.
So the predator stops like watching Danny Glover from afar and decides to take out his team on the train, which is fun. And he finds out, he cuts off Bill Paxton's head. You don't see that, unfortunately. But he finds out that Maria Conchita Alonso is pregnant. And he's like, that's not cool. And it's like,
he's like holding her up, like ready to do it. And then he does like a quick, like predator cam ultrasound. And there's just like a baby hanging out, and he's like, never mind.
I might be a monster, but life begins at conception.
Congratulations. I don't see a ring on that finger. What's with that?
yeah, he'd be upset about her being a single mother, you think? Is that the idea?
You'd have a real problem
Yeah.
with it.
Well, he's a jerk.
He is kind of a jerk.
But he doesn't kill her for no reason. And then she's like, goodbye, movie. And then she was pregnant the whole time, which is this weird thing where like she's like a tough, badass, like aliens kind of lady.
She's Ripley-esque, like down to the haircut.
Yeah, and then like she's pregnant. It's like, I can't do anything the guys are doing. See you later, third act. And it's like, I don't know.
She's like last seen sitting in an ambulance like, I'm tired. That Paxton murder, man, you gotta see that. He's gotta have a final line like a "fuck you, predator."
At least we see the spinal column hanging out.
Oh, he pulls it. Speaking of lobster, just yanks this thing out. He's like, I'm gonna take this to go. And just kind of walks away whistling.
I guess this is his second decapitation, right? Because he
Oh,
takes
right.
out King
King
Willie.
Willie.
Yeah.
Well, that scene's ridiculous. So Danny Glover's like trying to get information, I guess, on the predator. So he's like, let me go ask this Jamaican drug lord. And
Oh, this is my favorite part of the whole movie.
yeah, where he gets super stoned.
Super stoned. You know, because they're Jamaican, so heaven forbid they can't open a car door without a fucking plume of smoke coming out. And Danny Glover gets in like he's done 1,000 times, it seems. He's got a real good relationship with these guys.
Yeah.
And then he gets out of the car not acting high. I don't think so.
No, he's
This
just
is contact high city.
yes. Especially if he's not a drug, if you're not a pot smoker, like you're in that car, you're
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
baked. And then he has like a weird mystical conversation. He must be like freaked out, right? Because the guy's like, I think a demon's hunting you. I'd be like, oh shit, really?
Well, because
Oh God. I don't like that.
he goes up to this dude's back alley office,
yeah.
and the guy's, like you would, like burning trash in a little like canister.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Danny Glover, because I'm not going to do the wretched Jamaican accent that this guy's doing.
Good idea.
And he's like, just so you know, there's paranormal activity afoot. And Danny Glover in that moment should be like, oh my God. Did he say what I think he said? Does he think I'm high? Oh, he knows. Maintain.
But this guy just gets his head cut off by the Predator, which is fun, right?
And then it's time for Predator arts and crafts. Because the Predator takes this back to wherever he's hiding out. I think the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And he's doing like a Leatherface, like when Leatherface makes furniture, and he's like pulling all the skin off and really like filing this skull
He's
down.
got like a vacuum sucking off all the blood and flesh, and I'm like, where's that going?
It's showroom quality is
Yeah.
what he's making. It's a really nice looking skull.
He's also making a protein shake out of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that stuff's
Why
got to
not?
go somewhere.
Yeah, we might as well eat it.
You might as well eat it. And
I
that's
hope
what I'm talking about.
I hope he's eating it.
I want to see him eating those bits.
It's like, you can hunt and whatever, but please use the,
The whole animal?
Yes. The whole human, every piece of it, it's all good.
I just feel like he's like a Ted Nugent fuck, right? Like that's just killing everything he can.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
Like hunting out his living room window. Like,
yeah, exactly.
and he takes the skull down to his little spaceship, and he's got like the trophy room.
Yeah.
And this is where they set up like the Alien versus Predator shit.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, it's a cool. Like, I think everything should verse Predator at some point, right? Like,
Yeah.
every movie, like you get 3 movies, and then the 4th one you have to have the Predator in it. Like, that's got to be the law. I just want to see what happens.
Like you set up your trilogy, so
Uh-huh.
you have like the whole myth of whatever it is,
Yep.
and then that 4th one, the Predator,
exactly.
every single time.
Which the Hangover v Predator would be up next.
Oh, I'd love to see those fucks get slaughtered. Take that, the wolf pack. Maybe like after that 3rd Home Alone movie.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
A little kid setting traps for Predator.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Fuck
right.
yeah.
We learned that's how you take them out, is booby traps.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Predator 1.
You know what though? I don't think the Predator's gonna like slip on micro machines.
But, I mean, listen.
He's like,
I know-
what are these broken Christmas ornaments? Whatever.
I know he's a monster, but take a full paint can to the face sometime. It's not fucking around.
And then he'll break all of his nasty teeth, and that when that happens,
Oh,
that's
make
not fun.
the Predator touch like a hot door handle.
You want to give up, Predator, or you're thirsty for more?
Yes. So Bill Paxton's dead.
Yeah, and the Predator doesn't. Then at this point, basically, Danny Glover just fucks off to a slaughterhouse, right?
Yeah, you just got to go to that slaughterhouse.
Because everyone knows that's where the Predator is at a certain point. They're like, that guy's hungry.
But they say something about like the slaughterhouse district.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I don't know Los Angeles that well, but slaughterhouse district? Sure. Is this the beef industry that big out there? You need a whole district?
I feel like there'd just be one, right?
Why would you need more than one in a block radius to make a district?
But Gary Busey and his team know they've been hunting predators a long time. So they've been setting a trap for the predator by like spraying his slaughterhouse with radioactive isotopes.
Yeah,
That was a big
dialogue.
I just have a big question mark in my notes. Like, why? Sure.
and they're also tracking his pheromones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In case he gets horny or what?
I think he's always a little horny.
Okay.
So
well, they're
they
horny
kind-
for killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sex organ situation on a predator.
On a predator?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For all we know, it's in their knees. Like that alien in Star Trek 6.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember Kirk kicked that guy in his knees, and it turned out to be his junk.
Yeah, that was an odd turn for that movie.
It was Star Trek 6. Like, this is the last one we're going to make. Finally, you have to give me ball nuts or ball knees.
Oh, actually, under your 4-movie prophecy, Voyage Home should have had a predator in
It
it.
absolutely should
Yeah,
have.
take those fucking whales out, put some predators in. Now
Absolutely.
we're talking time traveling
They
predator.
have to preserve the species of the predator because they die out in the future. They bring it back to. I like it. I like
Hey, you know what? Sounds like this is coming together.
And once the predators are back, that's Picard's problem.
Oh no, predators! I'm
Star
sure
Trek
that
versus Predator, also awesome.
there's definitely a predator like protocol on the holodeck just to get ready. You know what I mean? We got to run predator drills in case it happens.
Mr. Data, have you been running your Predator drills? Makes total sense.
It does make total sense. So Gary Busey sits everybody down on his knee and tells everybody what a fucking predator is. An hour and a half into Predator 2.
The only person in the movie who isn't hip to the situation is Danny Glover.
Yep.
And it's where the best line of the movie comes in because he gives this whole speech about like tracking over decades and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, you don't know what it is we're talking about. Well, let me tell you, it's a fucking alien. And even then, Danny Glover's like,
He also
not surprised that he said alien.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, he's still thinking like drug runner. If someone's like, by the way, you thought it was a drug runner. No, it's a fucking alien. I would be like, oh, fuck, an alien?
He might still be stoned from 2 days ago.
Oh, that could be. I
Yeah.
saw that car.
Yeah, it just...
Oh, my God, did he say alien? Maintain.
And then he just looked at the corner for the next 15 minutes.
Hey, Gary Busey, did you ever realize that to other species we'd be aliens? Like,
This guy's high as a fucking cat right now. Get him the fuck out of here, internet toilet Adam Baldwin. That guy sucks.
yeah, but so he's like, you just happened to come on the right day because it's predator hunting day. He's coming back, and he's gonna. Well, actually, at this point, he's all hopped up on lightning. At this point,
All
Yeah,
right.
let's address that for a moment.
yeah.
How is that a thing?
I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Like he kills Bill Paxton, scales a building, and it's a very famous scene. He's got like the
Very
skull.
famous scene. It's a scene.
It's
a
famous.
scene from the movie.
It's a good scene.
Yeah.
It's a good scene.
But what is going? Is he bragging? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like fucking suck this, America. I think, right?
Yeah, he gets struck by lightning and he's like feeling it really.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was intentional or he's just waving that javelin in the air and it just happened.
But what does he do with the 1.21 gigawatts that he gets? Like, I don't.
Maybe it powers up all of his things.
Oh, that's how he recharges all the gadgets, doodads, and whatnot.
Yeah, maybe every few days he's got to get struck by lightning.
I think it's coke, though, right? Like he's all gacked up on lightning.
Everyone is doing cocaine in this movie, so it makes sense that the Predator would need his own like Predator version of cocaine, right?
Which would have to be lightning.
So the predators would drug run lightning, maybe.
Oh yeah.
They'd harness a cloud.
Wait, does the Predator then think that the skull and spinal column will attract the lightning?
Oh, predator mysticism, you think?
Oh yeah.
It worked for Ben Franklin.
Just have to get my friend's skull tied to this kite.
Predator kind of looks like Ben Franklin a little bit.
Oh, he does.
With the hair.
Sorry, John Adams. We need to find electricity.
Maybe Ben Franklin was a predator.
Unconfirmed, but possible.
That's why he couldn't be president.
He wanted the country's bird to be a fucking turkey, and he was also a predator. Checks out.
That's why he
Sounds unqualified
he
to
told
me.
everyone he had all those, what was it, those sex diseases.
Oh, like syphilis? And,
Yeah,
and the
that's
like?
why I look like this. Right?
That's why I'm green, 8 feet tall, and sometimes have a mask.
Could be.
So Gary Busey's wearing like a tinfoil suit in this scene.
He looks like a fucking maniac.
Like more so than usual.
Yeah.
But for such a high budget
Hey,
movie.
can I keep this jacket? Can I keep this silver jacket? Hey, Stephen Hopkins, can I keep this silver jacket?
Yes, you can, Gary.
I feel like whenever Gary Busey asks you a question, it's like, yeah, please, sure, yes.
Whatever
Oh,
you
yes,
want, whatever
please,
you
no,
want.
no,
Just
no,
stop
no.
talking to me. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. But it's really cheap looking. This movie costs like $56 million. Put some money into that fucking jacket.
Well,
It's like garbage.
They needed to save all the money for all the predators that show up at the end of this movie.
Ooh, stay tuned for all the Predators.
That's the DVD chapter of the end of the movie. All the predators.
It should be Predator Family Reunion. Though.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So, like, Gary Busey's like, all right, we're going to go in this slaughterhouse and we're going to hunt this predator. Danny Glover, you stand right here with Adam Baldwin. You keep this human toilet company.
And we're also going to rip off that scene in Aliens when you see the team get picked off one by one with the cameras.
Just ripping this right off.
But
nobody said anything, huh?
Also,
Nobody spoke up?
And how did they know about the infrared sight? I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger told him in a deposition at some point.
You know, dude, you know that Dutch had to go back and just like tell him everything, every last thing.
Well, according to the IMDb Tribune, Gary Busey was supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's just running this government op now.
Oh, that makes sense.
I want to dedicate my life to hunting predators.
You never know where you're going to end up career-wise. I wanted to be a teacher, but here we are.
It's my vocation.
But that would suck, though, because then that would mean that Dutch would get killed in this movie.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
If the script held true to what we see in this one.
I'm like Bill Murray. I'll only do Predator 2 if I die. And then my ghost will be in Predator 3.
So they all get wiped out in
Yep.
like the exact same scene. Although this is more Predator technology. He's got like different Predator cams
Yeah.
that he goes through.
It's like better, worse, better. Got it.
But the whole plan is we're going to freeze him out.
Yeah.
Right,
because
liquid nitrogen.
We always have to try to exploit the technology, right? It's not just let's kill it and pretend it never happened.
Yep.
It's we got to just kind of keep it in stasis and then study it while it's alive. So we're trying to flash freeze this 8-foot monster.
It would take like 70 years to figure out the Predator's bullshit alphabet that he has. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to back engineer this technology.
I mean, just shoot him dead and study the body like we did with Roswell.
Yeah. If it was good enough for Roswell, it should be good enough for 1997 weird post-apocalyptic on the verge of destruction America.
Yeah.
It should be. But so we're trying to flash freeze this thing, and they've got like these little, it's like a fire extinguisher with the hose cut off.
They're
and we're-
Ghostbuster 2 guns, like,
Yes.
for sure.
Replace slime with freezing things.
Ice?
Ice? What is
It's
it?
Liquid nitrogen.
Oh, liquid nitrogen.
Oh, yeah.
of course.
I don't know science. I'm not scientifically inclined. I didn't get Predator 2.
Yo, we should get Neil deGrasse Tyson to pick apart the science in Predator 2. He'd have
Yeah.
a fucking 9-hour field day with it. Actually, Predator, and it would just go. It'd be great.
But predators aren't that tall, actually, I guess, would be his first thing. Like, how could something be 8 feet tall?
Or maybe he'd say it's actually sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
This is
wouldn't
the
that
one
freak
movie?
you
Do you think Predator 2 would check out?
It might, yeah.
Of all the movies he's ruined, Predator 2 is going to check
I'm
out.
going to say he's due for something checking out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Superman can't catch Lois falling off a building, but Predator 2,
Yeah.
100%. Yes, it could get struck by lightning and live.
Yeah.
So Danny Glover, he's like, oh my God, they're all dying in there. And like Adam Baldwin's like, I'm a toilet. And he's like, fine. And Danny Glover, like, he does say one of my other favorite lines of this movie is like, fuck yourself, which is great. Anyone telling Adam Baldwin to go fuck himself is really nice to watch.
Oh, yeah, he deserves like a free t-shirt at the end of this movie.
But he's like, I'm going to save the day. Let me take 20 minutes to get dressed. Because he goes in his car, which has like all these guns and like different kinds of bulletproof vests.
Well, he better be changing into some more suitable pants because the slacks he's wearing in this movie, they're like bell-bottom slacks. It's wide on the bottom, and his ass is barely fitting into these things. Like, I could see Danny Glover's panty line at the beginning of this movie. It's awesome.
I didn't notice that. That's it. No judgment. I just did not notice that, period.
It's worth a second look.
Yeah, maybe that's what Neil deGrasse Tyson would talk about, is the science of his pants.
Oh, they're just impractically made pants. You wouldn't make pants like that in real life?
Yeah, everything else checks out, but those pants.
Well, it must have been a thing where he's working out for this movie because he's jacked as shit. in
Oh
this
yeah,
movie.
look, you're going up against Predator 1, the muscliest movie ever made.
Yeah.
So, like, even there's no fat people in that movie, like
Not
at all.
a single fat person.
But now, Danny Glover needed to pump some iron. And he was tired of being Murtaugh. He wanted to be Riggs for once.
Yes, that's true. Tie me up and electrocute my balls with a car battery.
I don't want to.
Finally.
I am tired of sitting on toilets that may contain bombs.
No, it definitely contained a bomb.
But after that, though, you're always got to wonder a little bit, right? Like if you ever sat in a toilet that had a bomb on it, it would take you a while to go to the bathroom from then on out.
Like Janet Leigh in showers.
Yes.
Took baths after Psycho.
So he takes a long time. Everybody gets murdered. Gary Busey gets murdered twice in this movie.
One of 2 deaths.
The 2 Deaths of Gary Busey. That's a good movie.
I'd watch that movie. I'd watch that.
He just gets
Wait, so the first one is the motorcycle accident? And the next one is coming up?
Wow. And you're right. Because
He's a national treasure, don't get me wrong.
I technically died. I technically died once.
He says that.
I technically fought a predator twice.
Didn't he go to heaven or something?
Yeah, I think he did.
I think he might have claimed that once, like that little boy that went to heaven.
Oh, it turned out that kid was lying, though.
What?
Yeah. But you didn't
Neil
find out till
deGrasse
after a
Tyson.
bunch of idiots bought that book. Right? So he got them.
So I think
Fell off a tree and went to heaven.
I went to heaven. No other questions, please. No follow-up needed.
End of this fake press conference.
Gary Busey does need a couple of press conferences, just here and there, just to check in.
No,
you
like
know?
weekly. I want like a presidential address on the radio every week, checking in with Gary Busey.
Fireside chats with Gary Busey?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to see what he's up to.
Sure.
Why not?
But so he gets shot and kind of explodes, and it's like Busey cam where he's like, ah! And it just...
It is silly.
Dude, whose teeth are worse, Gary Busey or the Predator? It's a real question.
The Predator. Come on.
I don't know.
What?
At least those seem functional.
Well, the Predator takes off that mask and it looks like that movie Teeth with vagina dentata.
Which we'll get to, actually. That's explicitly referenced. But it's weird, like... I think
explicitly referenced.
Well, one word of it.
The Predator could look like the George Clooney of Predators. You don't know. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like, Gary Busey's just an ugly dude. Like, that's...
Well, I don't want to sound racist, but it kind of looks to me like all Predators look the same.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
the
they
thing.
when the family reunion happens, there's a few differences.
There's definitely a Predator with like gray hair in this movie.
Is that Ben Franklin?
Ben Franklin as the silverback predator.
You're right. That Predator walks in petting a turkey.
Just a Predator with little glasses.
A bunch of melted keys jangling from his belt.
Hold the phone. I think that predator ends up with he's got a gun from the 1700s. Hello, it's checking out.
Yeah, that story makes sense.
We'll get to it.
So Danny Glover finally comes up. He's like, "Hey, you want me?" And he kind of just beats the shit out of the Predator. He shoots him like 19 times because the Predator doesn't have body armor. He's just wearing a fishnet everything.
He's kind of dressed up like Dr. Frank-N-Furter now that I think about it.
It's less scary and more Fredericks of Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, just like cheap lingerie.
I'm a sweet space traveler. We could write that musical.
We could.
Predator the musical.
Mm-hmm.
Get Richard O'Brien on it. He's looking for something to do.
So then when the Busey comes back,
Yeah.
jumps out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here. You still don't know what you're dealing with." He's like, "Actually, I just shot that Predator." So...
Yeah, Danny Glover's clearly got the situation under control, and Gary Busey comes in like, "Look out, kid! I got it."
Well, but it's amazing because he shoots the Predator a bunch, and the Predator falls down, and then he does have this reveal of like, who's under this Predator mask? You know what I mean? Like, again, it could be Skeet Ulrich, or it could be, I swear to God, if it's Matthew Lillard.
The old
Fucking dying here, man. My mom's gonna be so mad.
No, it would be it's Predator 2, so it would have to be what's her name?
Laurie
Metcalf.
Oh.
Laurie Metcalf as the Predator.
Man, that movie makes no sense.
Nope. But here's the thing: when I shoot an 8-foot alien that's been killing all of my friends and
Right.
polishing their skulls,
Yes.
I'm unloading on it until it's.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm making sure the face
Yeah.
looks like nothing else afterwards.
Exactly. Why is he hanging out with this body?
All you have to do is open it, be like, "Oh, it's not hamburger yet, Lamb Town." until it's hamburger. Then go on your way. Go back to fighting the Jamaican drug lords. Or whatever.
And, did we skip the second death of Gary Busey?
Well, he comes out. He's like, "Hey!" again. And he's like, "I got this. I got my gun and my ice gun.
I have both my gun and my ice gun."
And
You're going down.
He gets cut in half with the disc weapon. The Krull starfish comes out and slices him in half.
But you don't see it. It's like, again, like you just see like his legs go, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I need to watch him get cut in half.
I think that was in his contract. That was like, you're not going to see it happen. I want viewers to use their imaginations.
Movies are too explicit these days.
Yeah, he had a real problem with it.
So then Danny Glover and the Predator fight on a roof. It's kind of like the end of Heat. Like there's all these like steam vents.
A little bit like the end
It
of
is
Heat.
sort of like they have a mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
The Predator just wants to go to Ireland with Amy Brennan or whatever.
That would be great, actually. Danny Glover and the Predator sit down in a diner and just try to hash it out late one night. It's in L.A. You could do it.
I'm going to have to come for you eventually, Predator. And that would be the conversation.
So we're fighting on this roof. Predator kind of gets injured and breaks into an old couple's house.
Well, he's hanging off the roof, and this is when Danny Glover calls him Pussyface. Sorry, everybody.
Like, I'm going to kill this alien. Better insult it first. Like, who is that for? The Predator doesn't speak English. He doesn't get what he's referencing.
Well, he kind of starts to speak English.
It's just mimicking things, though.
I know, but he calls him a motherfucker.
He goes, motherfucker.
He knows what that means.
Shit happens.
Well, that's the best thing, because the Predator is, he's kind of a dick. Whenever he loses, like, fuck off, I'm going home, and blows up everything. You know what I mean? Like, this game's stupid anyway. You know
well,
what I
that's
mean?
and here's what it is, right? Like, Predator knows that he's beaten at this point, and he's trying to check out before the match is over with.
Yeah.
Because he does his little, like, boop, boop, boop on his arm, and he's going to self-destruct.
It's kind of a doop-doop-dop, actually.
He tries to doop-doop-dop right out of this movie.
Yes.
It's fucking cheap, dude.
And but Danny Glover says, "Sorry, Pussyface," and cuts his arm off, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Pussyface.
So the bomb doesn't go off, and
Yeah.
now he's just armless and freaking out.
Yeah.
And that's when he stumbles into this old woman's bathroom.
And then, I'm sitting here like, this is like 10 minutes left of Predator 2. It's time for some comedy.
Yep.
I've been waiting for some comedic levity in this movie.
He's kind of like a meth head, like he's just going through this old lady's medicine cabinet looking for pills.
And he like takes out some drywall and like this blue stuff. He needs his little black medical book because he's bleeding out.
Yeah, he's got needles and shit.
Yeah, and he starts like, I guess, burning like his arm and his wounds.
He's kind of cooking up in there, I think, a little bit.
He casts like a predator like medical spell.
Yeah.
There's like blue flames coming up. It's weird.
And all this is happening while it takes, again, Danny Glover 30 minutes to shimmy down this building.
Which, by the way, while he's shimmying down this building, he says it's kind of like falling off a log. I don't know what that means.
In this instance, it makes no sense. But it sets up my favorite shot in the whole movie because Predator's like putting this stuff on his body, just trying to like heal up, get those XP points going. And then in the background, Danny Glover's like shimmying down this pipe.
Predator's just like looking at his stomach. He's like, "Oh, you're getting fat." He's just really just.
Predator, you're eating way too much beef in that slaughterhouse.
You got let Danny Glover get the best? Yeah, that's stupid. But then it's your classic 1980s trope of like something crazy happens and then an old lady shows up.
She's just like, Harold, I think someone's robbing us. And she's like looking at a fucking alien.
She gets a broom out.
Yeah, that'll
There
do
was
it.
almost a Broom versus Predator, which would have been good.
It was after the third Broom movie. Actually, can you imagine if brooms were the thing that's going to take it down? Like, you just, like, poke it, and it's like, ah! And the Predator just melted.
We got to bristle him to death.
That's true. I mean, you don't know what his weakness is yet. It could be brooms.
No, I'm just saying no one's ever tried.
That's fair.
And during this whole exchange, like, you could hear the TV in the background
Yep.
of Jeopardy on.
Mm-hmm.
So that exists in the Predator-verse.
Even
I
in
just
this
love
post-apocalyptic 1997,
Yeah.
Jeopardy's still on the
We're
air.
still producing Jeopardy. That's another
yeah.
thing. Just real quick sidebar. When we go to the police station it's like mass chaos because the world's just a garbage place.
Yep.
But we're still arresting women for prostitution. Like it's like your bullshit, like police, like department lobby or whatever, and it's like maniacs with guns getting carted away in handcuffs. But like prostitutes are getting carried off, and it's like, why are we bothering with that?
Yeah,
the world is in the toilet.
There's wars in the streets. Question: RoboCop versus Predator, who wins?
Oh my God.
RoboCop?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. All right, I'm hearing a lot of Predator from the audience. Well, this is also a Predator 2 show, so we got a pro Predator crowd. You know what I mean?
It's stacked against RoboCop, unfortunately.
RoboCop is slow.
Yeah,
Predator is fast.
that's true.
I don't know. This is a whole nother show.
But RoboCop is not wearing any fishnet whatsoever, and he's pretty well protected.
That's true, and he can always just be rebooted.
It's true.
I think RoboCop would win it in the end. Because Murphy's a good man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, total unstoppable killing machine. You like get a predator to like the brink of death, and then make it into a robo predator using the same RoboCop technology.
Yeah.
Do you think he's still upset about his wife in that scenario? Or?
Oh yeah, he's just got fuzzy memories of his like predator planet and little predators like running around. Totally.
So
it's all there for a movie. That's all I'm saying.
Danny Glover finds Predator in this bathroom, and Predator's like, and like kind of runs out, and he knocks down the door, and then like Danny Glover's like, hey, I'm a cop, don't worry, and she goes, I don't think he gives a shit. And I'm like, you just saw an alien. A little reverence if you don't mind.
Just being that flippant in the presence of an 8-foot monster.
Also,
fucking alien.
Your bathroom's exposed to the wilds.
Yeah.
You've got doors knocked down. Your house is in ruins.
Do you think she had Predator insurance?
Only
think so.
Allstate carries that. It's the only company that carries Predator insurance.
So then Predator kind of goes down an elevator shaft, and I guess he's been living under this building.
Well, the
whole
ship's
ship's down there.
There are so many question marks in here.
How did the ship get down there?
I know. How did it fit?
The first movie, don't we see it crash land? Like we see him get to the jungle.
Uh-huh.
We don't see how they like parallel parked in this abandoned subway tunnel in this movie.
If you've seen AVP recently, you might remember that the Predators are. Yeah, I know.
I haven't and I don't. But continue.
They're ancient aliens. They've been there. They're like at Mayan temples and whatnot.
So
Los Angeles might have been built above this ship.
Oh, wow.
But why? It's like total tops 10 predators in this ship. Why are they hanging out down there like chuds?
They might have been.
Come up and take us over. Why are you waiting centuries to do this?
There's not many of them. They've been inbreeding to get numbers up.
Oh, it really is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I don't understand, like, so they're just hanging out there like, it's your turn, Predator 559, and then like that guy just goes out and kills everybody?
Well, the thing is, I think it's supposedly like a rite of passage, right? This is like a Predator bar mitzvah. It's like, you gotta go and kill all these people.
Okay, that sounds about right.
But so what's
you
the
are now a
objective of
man
this?
now.
You gotta kill like a certain number of people?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know when the killing stops.
Now that it's Predator, that's the problem.
You have to find a beefy dude and kill him. Like, you can kill a bunch of people, but you have to find one beefy dude, hunt him down, and kill him.
Oh, so you gotta keep going until you find your Dutch.
Yeah, your Dutch or your Danny Glover.
Lion. Well, that's what
Gotcha.
they say. They think Busey says that he's the lion.
I'm a lion.
No, it's lions, tigers, and bears. Oh, my. And it's like, you know what, Gary? We called cut 5 minutes ago.
Hey, John, you're gonna put that lions, tigers, and bears line in, aren't you? Please put it in.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So he goes on the Predator ship, and it's like your classic early 90s Stargate nonsense, right? It's a little bit of Wishmaster in there, too, I feel.
Oh, there's all sorts of freaky shit going on down there.
And Danny Glover looks at the skull, like, I don't know, menagerie there, and he's like, that's pretty impressive. It's pretty nice, you know?
You think,
I know that guy.
well, there's multiple human skulls down there. You think one of them is Jesse Ventura's, just out of curiosity?
Yes.
All right.
It's him and Bill Duke together, finally at last. It's just like they need to be together.
At least we get to be next to each other in the afterlife, Bill Duke. We're placed atop the Predator's mantle together for eternity.
How about Jesse Ventura and Bill Duke haunting this ship?
Oh,
Oh,
Right? Yeah.
Ghost ship The Predator?
Being haunted by Bill Duke and Predator is pretty scary because you're just hearing, I'm going to have me some fun in your house all around. It's like, yikes.
It's a terrifying soundbite to try to go to sleep to.
But so the Predator comes in and like Danny Glover at this point has his Xena Krull thing and he cuts him right in half. Does he have a cool catchphrase? I think he does it now. He goes back and says, shit happens to you, motherfucker. And it's like, all right.
He's like gutting this thing. Like he learned his lesson the last time. Yeah. He wants to make sure this guy's dead. And he's just pulling intestines out. Yep. It's all falling all over him. That'd be great if you got like a Lucy Lawless, like, it's fucking gutting this thing.
So this is when like all the other Predators appear, and then Danny Glover says, "Who's next?" Yeah. Shut up.
You are, motherfucker. That's who's next.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, it's like the end of a bad like wrestling match. Like the NWO shows up. It's like, oh, this thing's rigged, and everyone goes boo.
The Predators would be the heels.
Yeah, they would definitely not be the faces.
But it turns out they are a noble warrior race because they're like, wow, you got that guy good. And they award Danny Glover like a musket from the 1700s.
Ben Franklin's musket.
But it's weird because like you set up a movie where it's Predator in the Old West because it's like a little revolver, and I'm like, that's a movie I want. I don't. Leave the aliens out of it. Let's just go back to the Old West.
They tried it. It was called Cowboys and Aliens with Harrison Ford. And no one gave a flying fuck. Maybe if it was gorier, though. That's
yeah.
If maybe. Daniel Craig got gutted, this is how you gut someone from below.
You're right. So that he kind of just walks away, right? Like he shakes. Yeah. Does he shake anybody's hand?
No. They all turn around and they turn invisible one by one.
Yeah.
It would have been better if it was all at the same time. Cooler visual.
Well, this is also when a Predator talks to him. It's like, take this, when he gives him the gun. So it's like weird. Like, what the hell? When did he record that?
Well, something tells me the end of this movie wasn't really thought out too well.
But Danny Glover just walks out of this spaceship. It's getting ready to take off.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he would be incinerated, but he's not. But he's covered in ashes and stuff.
Yeah, and then like Adam Baldwin comes up and he's like, what did you do in there? Did you get the Predator? And he's like, fuck you, man.
It's like, you know what? You're not in this movie technically. The most you've done is look at a computer monitor.
And then he runs away before the cops get there.
Oh, well, yeah, you have to. You got to clear out. He's got a chopper to come in and take him away.
And he's going to sell that gun. Oh, man, is he going to sell that gun?
Oh, big time.
If he gets the chance, because if he tells everyone, like, oh, I fought all these aliens in a spaceship. Ooh, it's an asylum.
Listen, when you're trying to hawk this thing, leave the Predator battle part out of it.
It's
been in my family for years.
Predator Antiques Roadshow, maybe?
Yeah.
Like,
well, this is clearly a Predator forgery. It's worth about $19. Man, you ever see how disappointed those people are when it turns out to be garbage? That's the best part about that show.
It is great because they always have to keep smiling because they're on television. They're like, oh yeah. That's amazing. I guess my tax debt will eat me alive.
Turns out my father's been lying to me my whole life. Great. I just want one like, fuck!
Yes.
It's like the first time PBS would ever have to bleep something. They're like, do we have the bleep button? Can we do this? Fucking fake musket. Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Predator. Yeah. It's a forgery.
Oh, man, the Predator's just passing off fake merchandise.
Here, I got this at Disney World. It's like, well, this is fucking worthless.
Danny Glover should have noticed when he turned it over and it said Pirates of the Caribbean on it. So the Predators like take off, right? They just go back to space, ready to fight another day.
I guess so. Where are they taking off? They're under the city.
Here's a question we had, which is, we see all these Predators. Are there like different ranks of Predators? Are they doing other things? Are there like Predator office workers? Are there fat Predator podcasters? Like, how does that work?
That's a great question. You don't really get like, like the strata of Predator, like employment.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even talking about like ranks on the ship, but you're right. Like, are there Predator entertainers?
Yeah.
Like hokey Predator Catskill comedians kind of things.
Or like an Elvis Predator.
Thank you very much.
And the last shot of this movie, fittingly, is a helicopter.
It worked for the last one.
That's true. Yeah,
But
symmetry.
in a movie that's almost entirely absent of helicopters, why isn't it ending with Danny Glover crashing another car? Like he gets behind the wheel and all the soot gets in his eyes and he just crashes again?
Harrigan, you're in no condition to drive. I'll do it.
It turns out there's some people that really like this movie.
Oh, really?
And I brought something here from the IMDb news ticker that I wanted to share with everyone this evening.
Oh, you didn't get the print edition?
No, sorry. I have my online subscription.
That's the thing. You're going to run that print edition right out of a job. Whoa.
Fuck. You keep figuring that out. Title of this review, extremely underrated.
They're not wrong.
Can you guys guess how many stars out of 10?
9.
10. 9.
That would be sensible.
WTF is wrong with people? Predator-1 had more Arnie than Predator. Arnie, by the way. Are you fucking friends with this person? This movie simply has more Predator. It also greatly expanded the Predator universe and franchise. It introduced a whole new bunch of Pred weapons, tactics, and behavior which never ever seemed out of place and were perfect fits. It explored their race further. All these were added to full effect in the AVP and AVP-2 PC games.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Which were smash hits. So imagine how horrible it would be if this movie never happened. Yeah, just imagine a world absent of Predator 2.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could imagine what happened if JFK wasn't assassinated.
Sure.
What happened, if Hitler was assassinated. Or what if Predator 2 never happened?
I think those are the biggest 3 alt history dreams. The urban parentheses steel jungle setting contrasts against the previous jungle setting and is a major plus for this movie. This movie was also extremely realistic and gory. Gory, I'll give you.
See, realistic.
Well, extremely realistic.
Yeah. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson wrote this.
All in all, can't believe he's closing this so soon. This movie is fantastic, and a few ignorant critics just want to bring it down by comparing it with the uniqueness of the original. Thanks a lot, Internet. Now it's clear we'd all recommend this.
Oh,
movie.
yeah, it's a super stone fold. What the fuck is wrong with...
What's in yours that's different than these two? I bought them all at the same time.
No! I apologize, America. And that I mean 70 people.
That's a good sample size.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so real quick, rank them.
You've Predator 1, Predator 2.
You're leaving out the AVP. Wait, no, you're leaving out AVP,
Yeah.
AVP Requiem, and AVP 1 and 2, the PC game.
Oh, and that,
Fucking Predator fan, my ass.
All right. Well, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, all right.
Predator 1, number 1.
Yes.
Predator 2,
Yeah.
AVP Requiem.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Never has a
listen.
room been split down the middle.
After part 1, there's not much left.
yeah.
And then AVP's worse,
Yeah.
Sure.
maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. All right. Maybe it's a great movie. What do I know?
What about that Adrian Brody movie no one in the world ever saw?
Predators.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I forgot about that.
Everyone did.
All right. So PC Game 1, PC Game 2, Predators.
That guy's review up there.
That is Predator 2. We hate movies. Thanks for coming out, Chicago.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.